Okay, good morning everyone. We'll discuss today. Till now, we discussed so many topics like for compromising the emails, web forensics, different docs we discussed, and different docs, different web si- search engines we discussed like Shodan, Census, Zoomi Fofa, and Hunter, Reverse IP, pentesttools.com, and we'll discuss today mobile security. Nothing but mobile forensics. Okay, so I'll discuss some forensics related to the mobile. And mobile forensics is one of the uh, tool-based things because mobile vendors are using lot of encryption. It became hard day to day, but still some companies are working on this mobile forensics. Let me show how they are working on them. So I'll show some sites today. Okay, please work on this. I'll not go very depth. Please work on this. Name of the company is msap.com. msap.com. So work on it. Just check what they are doing. Okay. Learn how to work with this. Only few mobiles are supported. All are not supported here. Okay. Okay. So these are things you want to learn. Just small assignment for the people, for students. Go it through it and so go through it. Please chip-based extraction as well as JTAG extraction. So another company I'll say Pro Discover Forensics. So another one, Pro Discover Forensics. So this is also working on mobiles as well as the computers. Pro Discover Forensics. This one. Computer as well as on mobiles. So computer forensics, incident forensics, corporate policy, complaints into investigation, electronic discovery. So you can learn so many features from this. So next one, oxygen. Oxygen forensics. Oxygenforensics.com. This one. So is a software. These all are for mobile forensics only. So this is a paid one, not free of cost. And one more. Maximum forensics. So in this, go for magnetic maximum forensics. That is magneticforensics.com. Just go here and you can have to find the magnetic forensics here for mobiles mainly. Try it. Try out this all things. So other one I'll say celebrate.com. Celebrate forensics. You can say. You can type mobile forensics. This one, mobile forensics. In that, celebrate forensics. So it is also paid tools. You can say not free of cost. Just check what mobiles to support and what is a JTAG extraction and what is a chip-based extraction for these mobiles here. So you need to pay for this, not free of cost. So some of the new important tools related to Windows also can be seen in this. So this is all about the mobile forensics. So many are there. So I want to say only few of things. You work out on this for today. So by Monday onwards, I'll go for Windows forensics here. Some of the important tools related to Windows we are going to see in next class. And we're also going to see some live memory forensics also, your RAM. Okay, how to extract data from disk. These topics will be coming in upcoming classes here. Okay, we have some when your files are deleted, how to recover it. So what are the tools I am using? Without tools, okay, with tools we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, for today, just go for it. Go work out on this mobile forensics sites. One is msap.com. One is prodiscover.com. Next one is oxygenforensics.com. Next one is magneticforensics.com. Next one is mobile forensics, that is celebrate.com. Okay, work on this. I'll just close all the windows. So we'll go remaining topic yesterday what we stopped. I'll just take half an hour class for today. We can complete the portion. So all the topics I covered in this. So we covered different types of threats in previous class. And what are the examples for that? Software attacks may be viruses, worms, denial of service, and exogenous trespass, unauthorized access or data collection, and deviations in quality of service. It may be due to ISPs, power irregularities, WAN services issues from the service providers. Forces of nature, it may be a fire, flood, earthquake, and human errors or failures, maybe from due to the accidents, employee mistakes, and information extraction may be from blackmail, information disclosure, and some sabotage and vandalism, destruction of a system or information. Theft, it may be a illegal uh, confiscation of equipment or information. Technical hardware failures or errors, equipment failures, software failures or errors. It may be bugs, code problems, unknown loopholes, and technological obsolescence is nothing but antiquated or outdated technologies here. So we discussed all these things in previous classes. Shoulder suffering. So we discussed what are different types of attacks. Malicious code. So we'll go with different types of attacks now. Malicious code. What is a malicious code? Malicious code is nothing but is an attack includes some execution of viruses or worms. It may be Trojan nodes or active web scripts with intent to destroy or steal some information here. So these attacks programs use up to 6 known attacks to exploit a variety of vulnerabilities in commonly found in information system devices here. Yes, one is a IP scan, IP attack, web browsing attack, viruses, unprotected shades. So what is IP scan? Is a infected system scans random or local range of IP addresses, targets several vulnerabilities known as uh, hackers are left over some previous exploits here, such as maybe a code red, block office, poison box, and web browsing. It is an infected system as right access to any web pages here. It makes all web content files infections, and it also uses some browsers who browse the web page become maybe infected here. So viruses, each infected machine infects certain common executable script files on the computers to which it is can write with some virus code that can cause some infection. Yes, unprotected shades. So also discuss these things in previous class. Some using some vulnerabilities in file system are way many organizations configure them. So it copies some viral component, you can say, to all locations it can reach. So mass mail, by sending email infections to address found in infected system, address book. So some copies of infections are sent to many users here, mass mail. And so we discuss SNMP, known to many IT industry nowadays, simple network management protocol. It is application layer protocol brought to attention of multi-vector attack community, you can say. So other than this, we can also have different types like hoaxes, and some types of attacks may be continued like backdoor, password crack, brute force, dictionary attacks, denial of service attacks, distributed denial of service attacks, spoofing, password crack. Password crack is nothing but attempting to reverse or calculate a password, you can say. Just cracking the password. So it is a component, you can say it is a component of many dictionary attacks, you can say. So generally the password may contain some hash type of representation, generally. So just you're cracking that hash is nothing but a password cracking. Brute force, already I told what is a brute force. So when you see some captchas, when you open some websites, generally you see some captcha, whether you're a robot or not. So when you click on some images, they'll say ask some images here sometimes. Yes or no? So to avoid this type of brute force attacks, we can see some captchas when you go for some visit some websites. So brute force is nothing but trying where every possible combinations or options of your password here, or you can try to attempt repeatedly to guess the password. You can say repeatedly guess a password for commonly used compounds. Sometimes this brute force attack is also called as a password attack. A password attack. Brute force attack is also called as a password attack here. Okay. Dictionary. So dictionary attack is nothing but select some specific accounts to attack and uses commonly used passwords. That is nothing but just guide of guesses, you can say. In a form of dictionary, can guess some passwords, same as a brute force, and attack on specific accounts. Is another form of, we can also call it as another form of a brute force attack here, dictionary attack. Yes. Next types of attacks again continue. That is a denial of service attack. So we discussed this denial of service attack in uh, we have discussed some attacks like passive attack, active attack. So what is a passive attack? Passive attack is nothing but what are the information you are sending from the sender, it is received by the receiver but observed by the intruder. So you cannot modify, intruder cannot modify, opponent cannot modify information, but it can observe the information. It's nothing but a passive attack. In active attack, the intruder can modify the information. It can delete the information. So in active attack, we discuss four types. One is masquerade. Yes, one is masquerade in active attacks. Next, anyone in chat box? Masquerade, replay, attacks. Next one, anyone? Masquerade attack, replay attacks. Next, denial of service attacks. Denial of service attacks. DOS. DOS stands for denial of service attacks. DOS, small o and capital S. And also we discussed one more attack is modification. You forgot it. I'm saying in chat box, anyone will type or not. No one is typing. That means you're listening and forgetting everything. So active attacks comes under 4 types. One is masquerade. Masquerade stands for nothing but pretending as a authorized person. What is a replay attack? So there is no connection between the sender and receiver, but the intruder makes the connection and send the mass mails. You can say send the continuous mails, send the continuous kind of replay request to the receiver here. It is nothing but replay attack. Modification attack. So what are the information you're getting from the sender? It is modified, deleted, whatever it may be, and sent back to the receiver here from the intruder. It's a modification attack. So what is a denial of service attack? Then, so attackers may send large number of connections or information requests to the target so that you cannot handle them successfully. Yes or no? So legitimate service request. So may result in some system crash and cannot perform some ordinary functions also sometimes. Simply you can call it as a destroy the connections. Destroy the connection between the sender and receiver. Destroy the connection between the sender and receiver. Just target the end system so that it cannot handle the what are the requests coming from the particular intruder, so that it makes crash and cannot perform even some ordinary functions also. Next one, distributed denial of service. So many papers you can see in denial of service attacks, as well as if you go for security, we can see so many papers and IEEE. So many authors are writing the papers on the attacks. That is distributed denial of service attacks or denial of service attacks. So many papers. If you go, if you want to do the project at the attack side, even though you go for mobile computing, you go for the networks security. So many papers they introduce this type of attacks here. Okay. So distributed denial of service attack is nothing but coordinated stream of request is launched against target system from many locations, you can see, continuously, simultaneously, to target particular end system. So many attackers sending large amount of traffic to the same server. Yes, is a distributed denial of service attack. Rakesh, shall correct. So many papers you can see on this. So example is given, denial of service attack. Hacker compromise system and uses a system to attack for targets computers. Flooding it may with more request service with target cannot handle. Next we'll go with spoofing attacks. Spoofing is nothing but what is spoofing? Anyone? General meaning? There are different types again in spoofing also. So it is a technique used to gain unauthorized access. Yes, intruder sends messages to the computer here. So generally in IP spoofing, hacker uses variety of techniques here. Hacker uses variety of techniques to find the IP addresses. That packet coming from which host here. Just a minute. So IP spoofing. So IP spoofing is a technique used to gain some unauthorized access. Spoofing is a technique used to gain some unauthorized access. Hacker uses variety of techniques to find IP addresses that packet coming from the host. Okay. So what is a man in middle attack? So one is a man in middle attack. It is nothing but a TCP hijacking, you can say. Man in middle attack is nothing but a TCP hijacking. So man in middle attack is nothing but a spoofing attack. Sorry for interruption. Man in middle attack is nothing but a TCP hijacking also. Also called as a TCP hijacking attack. So the attacker sniffs the packet from the network and modifies them and inserts back to the network again. Monitor is nothing but sniffing the packet, each and every packet which is transmitting from the particular medium, you can say, particular network medium. You can also modify them and insert some back to the network. Next, spam. Spam, you can see some in commercial emails, some considered as a nuisance rather than an attack, you can say. Is a nuisance rather than an attack. So emerging as a vector of some attacks, you can say. Spam messages, you can see some nuisance messages can be seen in your mails. Mail bombing. So is another form of DOS attack, you can say. DOS attack. So another form of email attack, you can also call as email attack. Email attack. Attacker routes here large quantities of email to the target machine. Same as reply, can also called as a reply attack also. Mail bombing is also called as a DOS attack. Targeting some particular receiver and sending the large quantities of email to the target system is nothing but a mail bombing. So IP spoofing can be seen here. You can find out the IP address Yeah, I said some of the tools previously. So another methods, try to understand that methods. Next, sniffers. What is sniffers? It may be a program or a device that monitors the data transmitting over the network. It can be used for limited purposes and also for stealing information from the network. Sniffers, just examining the each and every packet which is flowing from the sender and receiver. Phishing. Phishing is also same as sniffer is, to attempt to gain some personal or financial information from the individuals. Next one is a forming, redirection of legitimate web traffic. Example, browser request. Legitimate sites for purpose of obtaining some private information. We are using the forming. Social engineering. So this concept I already covered in the previous sessions. What is a social engineering? Social engineering attack. I told one example. Yes, anyone? FB is a social engineering. Can anyone manipulating the persons? Okay, somewhat correct. So anyone say what is a strong password? Once again, I'm asking the question. Anyone says strong passwords? What do you think? Which is a strong password? Please type in chat box. LIC insurances is a social engineering. You're not giving any credentials to the person here, or LIC person. Physiological manipulation. Example, please say the examples. I understand the meaning of social engineering. Can anyone say a strong password in your mind? What is in your mind? Yes, ICOEQ6Q. Only one person, Meghnath. Remaining are sleeping. All are in sleepy mode. Yes, only one has typed. So what is in your mind? You are just typing, I think. Manish Reddy. Password. So this password generally used by so many people for password. So just nothing but you are giving some passwords to me. Is one type of social engineering attack here. So generally people will type whatever in the mind. Intentionally placing malicious USB drive on the employee table or victim. Maybe somewhat correct. Yes. So giving some passwords to me. What is in your mind? Just convincing you to tell the what is a strong password. Is one type of skill. So people reveal their access credentials to the uh, person. Sometimes you get some calls from the banks, not from the banks. It is from the hackers. Let's say they are pretending as a is a bank manager, and your account has been suspected some in attack, so that give the information of the credit card, whatever may be CVV number. These are some skills. People reveal some access, some credentials, and some valuable information to the hackers here. Nothing but a social engineering. It's a social engineering attack. So to avoid this type of attacks, you can have some firewalls, intrusion detection systems, biometric devices. Yes or no? What is firewalls? Anyone? I studied in computer networks There's a concept called as the firewalls. What is a firewall? Please chat in chat box. I think from 80 students, only 4 to 5 are inactive, or remaining are intruders, just observing the information, are sleeping somewhere, kept phone and gone back. What is a firewall? Which protect our network from unauthorized access, block traffic from harmful websites upon configuration. Yes. Security from the threats. Yes. By any answers? Security system of monitor. Security. Okay. So where you can place this firewall? Generally, if it is organization, where you can place? Security system that control incoming and outgoing traffic. Okay. If you want to place it cloud, firewall you want to place it cloud. Why, man? Ritik, why you want to place the firewall at cloud? Entry point of the network. Okay, gateway. What you want to say, that is gateway. Yes, for your organization. Okay. End point of your network. That means gateway. Exactly. I don't want to manage my servers always. I don't want to manage my servers always means yes. Next, timing attack. What is a timing attack? It is relatively new, works by exploiting some contents of web browser caches. So web browser caches, I'll say some how to create some malicious cookies here in next coming classes. Web browser caches to create some malicious cookies is used for timing attack. Relatively new for all. Generally placed in data link and transport layer. So there are so many types of firewalls here. There are 5 types of firewalls. We'll discuss coming classes in 4th unit. No worries. It may be application firewall, it may be circuit gateway firewall, MAC firewalls. So depending upon, we can place the layers here. Okay. Timing attack, relatively new network, new one, works by exploiting some content, some web browser, and cache to create some malicious cookies here. Okay. So it is not there for your syllabus, no worries. Up to attacks only is there. So this is all about the first unit. What are the important questions I'll say now. The second part, you want to learn, go through these threats. This is a 10 marks question. You may asking, or 5 marks question sometimes, depending upon the paper preparation. 5 marks or 10 marks. If it's 10 marks, you want to give detailed information about these test categories of threats clearly. So I'll stop recording. If you want to enter attendance, enter fast. I'll give 5 seconds, for 1 minute. Most of you are coming for attendance. So try out that websites for mobile forensics. Try to understand what is a JTAG extraction, chip-based extraction. If time permits, I'll explain them in next coming classes, if possible.